to do a training again about cash value, is because I think the more you see it, the more you'll get more comfortable. So when you see clients that have it, you'll, the more, like I said, the more you see it, you'll be more, I guess you can posture yourself better. Does that make sense? Okay, so top 5 reasons cash value sucks. As you know, right, we only sell term insurance, right? Because we believe in what? BTID, buy term, invest the difference, all right? And like he said, like Samir said, we are here, and this company does what is right 100% of the time, okay? All right, so, next slide. There it is! Number 1, it's a ripoff. Number 2, it's a ripoff. Number 5, it's still a freaking ripoff. All right, next slide. I just want to make you guys laugh, All right, so, number 1, it's very expensive, okay? When I see clients that are paying these trash value policies, they are paying anywhere between 3 to 15 times more than they should be paying, okay? So what does that mean? If they're too expensive, number 1, either they're not gonna get the coverage, right? Because you know what? People, middle income families, they're not like wealthy, right? They'll just opt to not get it at all because it's too expensive. Or number 2, they're gonna get something, but then they're not covered for the right amount of coverage, okay? And as my goddaughter and my godson who are here right now, right? I know I'm not too, I don't look old enough not to scream. They were paying like $100 a month for their trash value policies. They've been paying for 10 years. And for 10 years, $100 a month, they were only covered for $100,000. And after 10 years, they had about $1,000 in cash out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually just a person.
Yeah, him, right? Yeah. Well, him, right? But your whole family had it, right? Your whole family had it, okay? Or, so he was paying $100 for $100,000, and he was like what? A teenager when he got that policy,
24.
right? Was he 10 or 24?
He looked like a teenager.
Well, he looked like a teenager. No, he was in his 20s, but he had already had it for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was a teenager when he got it, okay? So, or they're gonna overpay to get the right amount of coverage. Now, Paul, we were talking to what? Your friend? Like a couple of days ago, he's paying $3,000 for his life insurance. Him, his wife, and his 2 children. I kid you not. I almost fell off my chair. I was like, how much death benefit did you get? Okay, so him and his wife got $2 million, but get this, both of his kids got $1 million each.
Oh.
How much was his monthly income?
Well, 2 nurses at Kaiser in California, they're making at least $200 to $250 a year.
Okay, so if he's making $430,000 a month, and he's paying
$3,000 a month for trash value, right? And he had been an agent what, for 2 years? 2 years. So he's an agent himself, selling trash value. And apparently, and I was like, and I guess the reason why he reached out to you was because the person that he sold the trash value to actually called him, he said, hey, look, I'm not seeing any growth in my money. Like, I guess they promise, right? Or they make it seem like they're gonna make a lot of money. So, and I was telling you, like I said, look, man, you're getting $1 million for each of your children. Do you know the only way you can get $1 million for your children is if they die? Did he look like he turned white all of a sudden? We have dark skin, right? So, I was like, you do understand that, right? For you to get that $1 million on your child has to die. Is that what you want? Okay? 3,000. I said, that's a damn mortgage, for God's sakes.
Yeah, that's.
Right? Anyway, so high premiums. All right. Number 2, fees. Now, the reason the premiums are high is because they also compensate the agents a pretty high amount of commission, right? And of course, the insurance is a business. So where do you think they're gonna get that fees, the commission to pay, the money to pay the commission for the agents? From the fees, right? So what are these fees? Expense charges, premium expense charges. There's also monthly policy charges, and of course, if they have, supposedly the index, they're charging for the index as well. And you know what I've noticed? They charge more from their index within the policy than if you just went straight to the S&P 500. Okay? And, of course, next slide. Oh, wait, the one, what's number 3? IPs is number 3. Did I?
That is
Number
true.
4.
That's true.
This is 3. rates are multiplied, so the cost of insurance yearly increases, right? So with universal life, right? This is universal life, because there's two different types of cash value. It's whole life and universal has three different types, okay? So with a universal life, the cost of the insurance itself is going up on a yearly basis,
Excuse me, miss.
right? And typically
I
it
missed the
doubles
three.
every 8 to 10 years, yes?
I missed the three.
This is
This is
three.
This
Yeah.
is three.
Just
I
type.
just can't count. I was making this at like 2 in the morning. Alright, next. Surrender charges. So this is number 4. That's number 3. I thought I made the corrections, I know. Alright, so, if the client finds out that the policy that they have is not what they want, or it wasn't as it was promised when they sat them with them the first time, I can't talk today, maybe it's me, because I have hot flashes, okay? If the client says, you know what, I wanna stop this policy now, they're gonna get punished even more. By what? Assessing what we call a surrender charge. So if there's any money in the policy, right, and there's a surrender charge, they're gonna deduct the surrender charge from the accumulated value, and whatever is left is the surrender value. And again, it's like trash, okay? Number 5. So a lot of people buy these policies because what? It's marketed as an investment, and that's actually illegal. They always tell them there's a guaranteed interest, which is true, okay? There is some guaranteed, but it's so low relative to the fees that are being assessed on the policies, right? So even if somebody's making 2.75% in a year, which is only 0.16 every month, and you're getting charged like 30 to 60% of your premium, you're not gonna make any money, all right? So the way they get people to buy these policies, what? Oh, you can loan the money, right? Because they demonize 401ks. Why? Because they say, you can't get that money and you have to wait until 59 and a half, which is also true. However, we set up, what we do is we set up clients' investment accounts as well for the emergency purposes, short-term and long-term. Why? To prevent people from taking money from accounts they should not be touching in the first place, right? But they don't teach that to clients. They just demonize 401k straight off the bat. They even actually tell people that, hey, instead of you putting money in your 401, put it in this product. Has anybody seen a 401k IUL? Like seriously, that's how it was marketed. An IUL 529.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
Seriously, I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Right? Next slide. So let's go over some samples. Do you have that up there?
There's
Perfect. All right. Peace of mind. All right. Can you see it?
Alright.
So this client pays 200 a month. Now she's I think 24 years old. 200 a month, and the death benefit is 401,000. Now, with universal life, there's option A or option 1 or option B, right? If it's an option A, if there's any cash value when the client passes away, the insured passes away, the death benefit is just the death benefit. The cash value stays with the insurance company. Okay. This is an option B because there is some cash value, but and then added to the death benefit. So the original death benefit is 400,000. Okay. So what do they say to the clients? They make a lot of money. So let's go over the fees first, right? And the interest. So did I say interest rates are very low? So and this is a statement, right? Get used to looking at client statements. As you can see, she made $12.32. You see it says 2023, February to 2024. That's 1 year. So in a year, she made $12.32.
Yeah.
So what's that, like $1 and change? That's pathetic, right? Now, what did it cost her to get $12.32? Look at the contract expense, $817.13. I don't know how dumb you are. I mean, come on, common sense, right? $817.13 to get $12.32 back. These are the fees that I'm talking about. Now, somebody divide $817.13 by 2,400. Do they have a calculator? What does it say? Like maybe 30 to 40%? That's the fees. While making what? $1 something a month? Okay? Now, look at the cost of insurance, $28.14. That's another fee, right? And that, with the statements, every year it's gonna go up. So if you look at anybody's statements, if they've had it for several years, just look at the transaction history and it'll show that the cost of insurance is going up. So the accumulated value is 1566 out of the 24. Now scroll down to the, where it says surrender charge. See, the surrender charge is 5968. It's more than what the accumulated value she had in the policy. And therefore, the surrender value is 0. So go back up to the top. Up. Where's it? Surrender value. Or maybe down. More. Or to the left.
Is it now?
Up. Sorry, guys. There it is. Oh, up. Is it it? Is this it? Well, I know there's a surrender value. It says 0, right? No, the surrender value.
There it is.
There it is. So there's no money in there. And the same agent sold my client, the one that was paying $11.50 a month, for a death benefit of 1.5 million. Same agent. Believe that? Alright, next example. Now these are all different companies, right? I only put up 2 examples. Now here, again, you see the statement for 2022 to 2023. 33-year-old, right? And as you can see where it says no lapse ending date, so what do they guarantee the client or they tell them? It's a lifetime benefit. So now the client thinks that they're gonna be insured forever. They call it permanent, right? As you can see here, on the statement itself, it says no lapse ending date. No lapse means no end or no termination, but they kind of do a double negative. They say no end, ending date is only what? 20 years from the date the policy was issued. So what does that mean? It means that these policies, this particular policy, which most of them are like this, right? It means that it's guaranteed for 20 years, but if the policy is not enforced, don't be surprised because it's on the statement. Okay? So, beginning policy, because it's the first year, right? Look at how much this guy pays, $45.50 a year. Okay? Death benefit, if you go to the right, Thomas, the death benefit is $500,000. Again, this is an increasing one, okay? So, to the left again. I'm so sorry, guys. All right. Look at the charges, right? There's a 1542, and then 182, right? Now, how much did this person make in a year? Interest credited for the year is $37.66. They're used to reading these statements because numbers don't lie. People will lie, right, just to make money, but the numbers won't. Okay, just look at all the things that matter, and that way the client can't be like, even if they go back to the agent, they shouldn't be talked into keeping it, right? Because if they keep it, then they deserve to get afterwards. I can't take stupid, right? Okay. $37.66 for being charged of about $1,700. Okay? So if you scroll down to the right, and there's another charge there, $12.61. That's a bonus, okay? Cash surrender value 0. What do they tell clients? You can loan the money. What's the loan, man? Nothing to loan. Usually there's nothing to loan until like at least 5 to 10 years. And even if the money was to be loaned, it's a lot less than what they put in, right? So the accumulated value, it says $28.50, but because the surrender charge is how much? $10,000. So the surrender value in turn is 0. By the way, an uncle sold this policy to them. It's always somebody they know, always. Family, friends, people they go to church with, right? Or perhaps referred by somebody they already know, okay? So why do we say buy term and that's the difference? This guy probably would have paid maybe $70, okay? For the same death benefit, right? Even if they paid $100, still saving a lot of money that they can invest. And if he invested like maybe $300 out of about $250 in 35 years at 12%, that could be over $1 million. Now, is he gonna care that he's not insured for $500,000 if he has $1 million in his cash value? I mean, in his investment account? They're not gonna care, right? So, get used to getting those statements, get used to reading it, right? And it's really important that they see that. Really, really important, right? Really important. I can't stress this enough. And hopefully that guy that has a $3,000, we're trying to recruit him, right? The only reason that he wanted to talk to us was because his friend that got the policy from him was questioning know what, it's funny because he's been doing it for 2 years, he never read his policy, you understand? Until the friend that he sold it to kinda called him out on it, okay, it's every single time. I just did recruit, somebody, actually the one that sold, this is the husband's policy, but I recruited the wife yesterday. And when she tried to, you know, talk to the uncle was still defending the father. Just wait. That's what they say. You just wait. The cash values in the car. And she didn't want to be disrespectful, but she just, you know, she just played along and just didn't say anything. But you know, she knew what was up. Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions? Sorry, I can't talk. Yes.
So the statements usually don't come until after they make
Yeah.
the sale.
Right.
So a lot of people don't even look at the statements,
Right,
right?
right.
Because how many of us look at our bank statements unless we're looking for something particular?
Particular. Right.
So what are they saying to get them to initially, commit to getting this trash?
Okay, because they always scare the people from investing in the market, right? Because, oh, you know, when COVID hit, this is what they said. We lost all the money, right? That's all. 2008, people were retiring, but they couldn't retire because what? They lost all their money. Now, mind you, these guys that are insurance agents, and we are, right? Never be embarrassed about that. These people don't have a securities license, and they probably don't have access to somebody who can really teach them about investments, and therefore, they're getting hooked because of the cash value, that they can borrow the money, they'll have an investment that will never go down, right? Because nobody likes to lose money, yeah? But like, this is a great way to lose money. Probably one of the best ways to lose money. So they get hooked because they tell them that you can borrow the money, right? And the reason they don't look at the statements is because even if they did look, they're not gonna understand it. That's why we have to do our jobs and help them understand what all those numbers mean. They're not gonna look at it because if that was my uncle, that was my sister, that was my brother, I'm probably not gonna look because I already trust them, right? There's already an existing trusting relationship between the agent and the buyer. I would say 99.99% of the time. And you know, for me, like most of my clients right now that I'm getting that have this are people that know that I'm an advocate, right? That I break down policies, whether you get a product from me or not, I'm still gonna break it down and at least help you understand it. So you can make that informed decision, not based on non-guaranteed illustrations. That's another thing. In the presentation, when these agents come and sit with the clients, they show them a non-guaranteed illustration and it is so inflated. It seems like they're gonna have they're gonna be millionaires. You know that, right? It has absolutely nothing to do with what's really gonna happen to the policy because in the fine print, it always says benefits and values are not guaranteed. And they always say this is not likely to occur, but it's all in the fine print. Nobody reads that stuff. Somebody gives you even 5 pages, you might read one, right? Let alone 180 pages, 200 pages, 100 pages. And they're not gonna understand it anyways. How many times did you sit with me? So that I can really, because I was like, I'm getting obsessed. I need to understand all these policies with different companies. That's what I did. Then on, I read from page 1 to 200, even though I was getting freaking cross-eyed, I had to, right? But you know what? You get me in front of anybody, they can't. They can't go against me, let alone these fools that have never read the policies, right? And that's and this is another thing. When I ask him, how many times did I ask him for a statement?
Several times.
Several times. Not one time could he show anything, not one time. And this happens a lot when I ask them, show me your statement. You think it's good enough, right? Show me your statement. Not one. Either, oh, something ain't wrong, I have a meeting to go to. Oh, I forgot my password. You're an agent, you got for your damn password? I said, you can look it through your portal or your agent portal. Either way, you can look at it. You mean to say you forgot both? That's how you know they're cheating.
We have FaceTime.
I'm on FaceTime, I can't do it. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
They won't, because now they're gonna see that, either they got fooled too, but, my thing is, don't sell anything you don't understand. And these people are selling it to the people they care about, right? I can't even sell it to people I don't like. Right? I really can't. Like, I have a conscience. I sleep well at night. So do everybody in the room. But these fools, man, everything's about the money for them. And that's what you're up against, right? So if you're in this room, right? Not only can you make honest money, right? You are changing the trajectory of the people that you're gonna sit with and have these trash value conversations. And you're always gonna be proud of yourself for doing that. Right? We make less money, right? But we're not screwing people over. We still make a lot of money. I can't complain, right? But again, it's a good thing.
Great job.